What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Here we are on this, the 14th of April. About 4 hours, 34 minutes left in the day, sitting at about 2 cents, 2.5 cents approximately. We have been put on pause for the past few days. I don't know if the downside is done yet. I haven't gotten back in with my trading allocation. I'm still sitting out on that, but the big bags are still holding. You guys know those will be holding all the way through this entire expedition to new all-time highs that we're looking to achieve over the coming weeks, over the coming months. And in case you guys didn't know, I'm at the airport. I don't know if I said that or not, but I am at the airport. So if you hear any background noises or added audio ambiance, I don't know what to say. That's what that is. Okay, so anyways, moving on. We're at about 2 cents now. Daily RSI has been overbought for a little while, right? Overbought for a little bit. If we're looking at this throughout the history of OnyxCoin here, it's really not at some of the highest levels. I mean, it's at some of the higher levels, but we've seen it push higher oftentimes whenever you do get to these areas, right? It's very rare that you just see this here and then you stop. If you do, you get multiple readings in a row or you get deeper pushes. So the fact that we found resistance here, not too normal, but at the same time, it is a deep reading. We are at the 83, overbought, well overbought for the past, I guess, let's see, half a week or so, going on a week now. We might have a little bit more cooling off to do, and it might be before we start to move up higher, we might have to see the RSI come back down to the 60. For that, there's two options really to achieve that is either give us time, continue to move sideways, slowly bleeding down to the downside. We're very, very accustomed with that, right? Hold on, guys. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Yeah. A slow bleed down to the downside. I don't know if that's louder or if that's quieter, but I put you guys a little bit closer to me. A slow bleed down to the downside some time, and where we're basically hanging out at these levels for the next week or so. I think that would be enough to get us to out of the overbought zone and into the ribbon, into the band here, cool off a little bit, and then be enough to continue to run over the coming weeks, over the coming months, of course. If not, something that might take a little bit less time, but it's a more hectic or more volatile approach would be going to the downside, just seeing a sharp decline, a really quick shakeout, and then continue to move back up. Now, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Anything can happen, but OnyxCoin definitely likes to shake people out, right? It doesn't seem that significant back here. It seems like everybody who held on to OnyxCoin, it was just one big merry time all the way from 0.0025 cents to 4.9 cents. It seemed like just a hell of a time to the upside, right? But that's not the case. There are a lot of people who messed it up here, who witnessed multiple, by the way, there were multiple instances where we saw a over 40% drop, right? This is just from the high to that relative low, but if you look on the 4-hour time frame, if you go back there were multiple times where we basically dropped 40% or more in this scenario here. So make no mistake, guys, from the high to low, we could drop all the way down to 1.6 cents. We could drop all the way down to 1.4 cents. Hell, we could even drop down to the golden ratio at 1.23 to 1.1 cents. So just be aware of that. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Again, I'm not saying this is going to happen. This isn't the expectation, but it is something that we should admit is at least possible, right? The expectation for me, at least, if I had to be blunt with my expectation, and I think I am a little bit loud. I'm going to try and turn this down. Sorry, guys. Got to keep the mic close because there's just so much noise. I keep messing with the volume. I'm sorry, but I think we're dialing it in here. I'm going to have to dial it back when I get back home. But anyways, the expectation for me would be from a low to a high on any strong endeavor, we look to find support at the 382. The 382 here is at about 1.664 cents, so that's where I'll be buying. That's where I'll be getting back in, somewhere around there. Probably the way that I do it is I don't try to catch the absolute low. I'll get in knowing that the price goes lower and accepting that, because I'd rather just get in than try to time the bottom. But to be fair, with the 382, it's very common on these strong moves to not only find support there, but even to just wick a little bit below there. So something around, maybe not exactly that number, but something around there. I'll be buying a little bit higher, maybe right there at 1.7 or 1.69. Just for comedic value, I don't know, something like that around that area. Buying, holding. If it goes lower, it goes down here, I'm going to hold more. I might even buy more down here, but I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to panic, because ultimately what we're doing, whether we go down here and we move up, whether we go down here and we move up, we're forming a higher low in this overall bull flag breakout, which the measure move takes us up to 15 cents. We're only at 2 cents now, so we got a lot of price to go, and 15 cents is not where I think we're stopping. That's just kind of the minimum expectation, the expected outcome outcome is about 20 to 27 cents, or 26 to 28 cents, I think, actually. Maybe 22 cents. We could stop below 26 cents as possible, but the maximum expectation would be 30 cents or more. And I don't know if we see that, but I accept it as a possibility. We've run the numbers a bunch of times, and there's a lot of reasons to make sense for that. But I feel like we're already getting ahead of ourselves talking about prices that are like at 26 cents and beyond. So here being at 2 cents now, prospect, aspect, possibility of going down to 1.6 cents to 1.1 cents, somewhere in that area. I'm leaning toward 1.6, 1.7 cents personally, finding support there, and then continuing to run on our merry way all the way up to 26 to 32 cents, somewhere in that zone. Likely closer to 26 cents if I really had to guess. The minimum target again being here, and that minimum target lines up very well with our overall measure move of this bull flag. If we look at the bull flag here from a low to a high, if it'll let me, I'm on my hot spot. Oh no. Is that why? Did it take off the... Did it deconnect itself? Let's see. It says it's connected. Let me see. Hold on, guys. It's not loading because it says that the Wi-Fi is off. But let me... That's weird. Did it disconnect? Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Connect. We'll get it back. Okay, we're good. We should be good at least. I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if it'll do it now. Nope. Oh, there we go. I'm just overdoing it now. Okay, so the measure move here again, if we're looking at this as a bull flag, and that's exactly what we're expecting this to be, or how it's supposed to perform, you take that measure move, you put it at the base of the flag itself, and that gives you the golden ratio. So again, this is why this is our minimum target right here, right? Minimum target 15.7 cents, but likely we don't stop there. I think we'll actually exceed that. Yes, this is the measure move, but you can exceed measure moves. It's not uncommon to do. It's not uncommon to stop just below them, but I think this move will be the most bullish move we've seen for OnyxCoin this whole cycle, and I do think that we really stand a chance to see prices that are not just around all-time highs, but above all-time highs. We're going to be on pause. We're going to be on pause for the coming days, right? If we don't see any of those movements down that I've been calling for, that I've been expecting that area, then likely what we'll just do is slowly bleed down until our RSI cools off. One way or another, we got to get this thing down to the 60 or the 50 or somewhere in that zone, hold support there, and continue to build from there. If we just keep moving up, and I mean, we don't. I say we got to, but we don't got to do anything, right? We can do whatever we want. If we want to just keep moving up, sure, that's great. But I think if we want something that's truly sustainable and lasts and gets us progressively higher to new all-time highs, it might be a good time to take a breather, reallocate, shake out the weak hands, give the strong hands an opportunity to buy more, send us to the moon. You know how it is. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.